We are talking with Nick Kalikas, MMA odds maker and consultant for DSI Sportsbook, previewing UFC 145 here on SBR Videos. We just got finished talking about the top 3 fights. Now let's talk about 2 other fights on the main card. The first one, Rothwell and Schaub. Ben Rothwell and Brendan Schaub. This is an interesting fight because both fighters are sort of like struggling a bit. Both really need a fight here. Schaub is notably someone that people don't like personally. He's about a 2.5 to 1 favorite here, though, or minus 255. I'm thinking that since both, when you see a fight like this where both guys are kind of like struggling, both guys are motivated to get a win, you never know quite what's going to happen. Maybe Rothwell plus 195. What do you think?
Well, I'll tell you this: I wouldn't lay the juice on Brendan Schaub.
Right,
that's
right,
for sure.
Right.
But a lot of people will, and a lot of people are laying the juice actually on Brendan Schaub here in this fight. I just think, like you said, both of them are struggling. I've never been too impressed with Brendan Schaub. I know he's got dangerous striking on the feet. He could definitely bring in and capable of knocking people out. But we've seen him knocked out too many times too.
Yeah.
And he's going up against a guy that that's his strength. Ben Rothwell's strength is his striking. He could possibly take this to the floor as well, do some ground and pound action. But we've seen, this is the fact here though too. Ben Rothwell's last fight, he looked terrible.
Right.
So I think the public will think that he's done.
Yeah, a common term that I've seen applied to Rothwell right now is garbage. Like a lot of people calling him garbage, and you got to agree with that.
You would agree with it? I don't think he's garbage right now. You can see what the guy's had in his career. He's been around such a long time. He's one of the guys that was in this sport from the beginning, and he's accomplished a lot in his career. Just like I said, some of these guys, it's a shame that they're getting to the UFC at a late stage in their career.
Yeah.
We've seen it happen with a lot of the guys from Japan. Mirko Krokop, those guys, they came over too late.
Yeah.
In their heyday, it would have been awesome to see them,
But I like it because I would consider them garbage, not rotting garbage, just like garbage in a nice garbage pail in the kitchen. And that kind of fighter getting plus 200, I think does have a decent bit of value here.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. I think we'll see this line gradually increase. We might see it go 3 to 1 or higher. So if that's the case, I'd probably wait and let the public bet Brendan Schaub if you're going to make a bet.
What kind of action have you seen on it so far?
A little bit more on Schaub, but it's staying steady. There's nothing too drastic to cause a lot of great movement on the line.
Sure. And then let's talk about a similar fight with a similar line a bit. John Alessio and Mark Bocek. Bocek minus 345 I see right now. Alessio is 0-3 in the UFC, I think, but he's sort of like rejuvenated for this one. He's getting another shot at the UFC, and he appears to be hyper motivated, and I might take another shot with him at plus 265. What do you think about that?
I think the line's probably okay where it is. Alessio's coming in on short notice. Now, he did have a win not too long ago, too, against Ryan Healy. So Alessio's back on track a little bit. I know he's, like you said, he's hungry for this fight. He definitely wanted to get a shot back at the UFC. The problem here is he's facing a guy in Mark Bocek that is one of the best wrestlers, period, bar none, grapplers in the UFC lightweight division. So chances are Bocek's going to get this fight to the floor. They both have a good ground game, but you have to give the grappling edge to Bocek. He's going to get the fight to the floor and probably control him for 3 rounds. I don't know if he's going to stop Alessio because he's so game on the ground. But I think that he could definitely control. Now on the feet, though, Alessio should have an advantage. Now I've never been too high on his striking. Alessio doesn't have that kind of striking that just makes your jaw drop. But at the same time, neither does Bocek.
All right, and how's the betting gone so far?
It's a fresher line for us, so we haven't got much action either way yet. Okay. But I'm sure we're going to see some action come in, and it might bounce around a little bit. Alessio deserves some respect, so it's a line that you have to set again. The sharper guys, I think, are going to come in on Bocek, so you have to almost keep them off that side a little bit. That's why this line's a little bit higher than it should, because it's going to be a competitive fight. I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park, but Bocek is probably the side.
Thanks so much for coming once again.
Thank you.